Yeah, I had a question come in from somebody. He was looking for a particular chain, and I think he's confused. What he was looking for was a rip chain, which is, this is a rip chain, and it's just a matter of the angle. But what he was looking for was a 20-inch chain with 84 drive links. But I think he's confused there. And 84 drive links is normally a 24-inch chain. 72 is a 20-inch chain. He said he couldn't find one. Well, I think you're looking at the wrong numbers there. It can be really confusing, and you really do have to figure out what you need for your saw. Normally, if you got a 20-inch bar, the greatest likelihood is that it's a 50 gauge 3/8 pitch. This is pretty standard, and it'll have a 72 stamped on the links. But yeah, see that right there, it says 72, but it's an 84 drive links on a 24-inch. You really have to know exactly what you need. There's no, switching and swapping kind of. In particularly on the gauge, the thickness of the drive links, because then you have to match it up with your drive sprocket. Everything has got to be right. But you really have to pay attention to that. You can, I've done it where I've taken on a smaller chain where you'll have, the pitch between the links, it'll be smaller. And I've seen that, that's on some saws, but it's usually on the smaller saws. And what I have done there is a lot of times I'll go put on the wider drive sprocket, the wider bar, and run a 3/8 inch chain, because that's by far the most common. It's just a lot easier to find with that 50 gauge. But, he could have, because I have seen saws that come with a fairly long bar, and they'll run that little chain. I don't particularly care for it. They're harder to maintain. They seem to stretch rather quickly, but it's a possibility. But look carefully at your numbers, because I'm pretty sure I think you got it a little confused there, and I think you're looking for 72 drive links if you got a 20-inch bar. That's my guess, but man, I have seen in, there's such a wide variety for the different models and stuff. I'll sometimes be in a store looking at chains, or I'll be in the chainsaw section, and I'll be watching somebody, and you can just see they're completely baffled as to what they need for a chain. It's very hard to figure that out. It's kind of why I tend to stick with Oregon chains, because I understand their system. And they, like say this one, yeah, I put the Husqvarna, Steel, Craftsman, Dolmer, and Echo. It covers most of them. So I think it's just a matter of getting your numbers straight. I think that's where the problem lies. But like I say, it can be very confusing. I have seen many times, like in a store, where people are bringing back a chain because they bought the wrong chain, because they just didn't grasp what they were looking for. So you got to get them numbers straight.